It's official, ladies and gentlemen. The grading pricing wars has come to a head. Let's talk about it. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a special episode of Retro Hoop Collectibles. This is getting very intense, very fiery. I like it because at the end of the day, when companies compete, the consumer wins. We win, right? So it works out pretty good. So yesterday, very quietly, I think very quietly, because I haven't seen anything on PSA's Instagram. Let me see. I'm double checking just to make sure, but I haven't seen anything on their Instagram that says anything about this. Nope, it's not on their Instagram. So we'll jump over here real quick. Bulk is now at $18 for 1979 or older, up to $200 value. It was, I think, $22. It's now down to $18. So PSA drops their price. SGC right now on bulk, CSG on bulk right now is $15 a card, 25 card minimum. I don't know what the bulk is for. Let me see. It doesn't say. I don't know what the cost is or what the minimums are. But if I'm not mistaken, it's a 50 card minimum. And they're looking at 120 days. Now there's big asterisks on there because it's only available for club members, and the estimated turnaround times are not guaranteed. So, you know, it's at your discretion, right? But $18 a card for bulk, and then economy is still $50 a card. Let's go here. Oh, no, let's not do that. So anyway, $18 a card is what they're down to. I don't know what the minimum is. I'll have to look. I'll pop it up right here if I can find it afterwards. But anyway, but then in a sequence of events, SGC goes off and does this. Now offering bulk pricing. So remember, they were $30 a card per card. Okay, let's pause this right here. They were $30 a card per card. Now they're looking at $24 a card. So they came down $6. Okay. And it's $22 if you're sending more than 10 cards. Come on, geez. $22 a card if you're sending more than 10 cards. $20 a card if you're sending more than 20. And if you're $50 or over, okay, you're at $18 a card. And that's for anything below a $1,500 declared value. Game over for me. I'm not going. There's no reason for me to go anywhere else. You guys know I love SGC. Their services is unmatched at this moment. Their turnaround times are unmatched at this moment. I feel like they have a better quality of grading. They grade grade more consistently. They're more consistent in their grading. As a service, as a grading service, SGC is the best in my opinion. The problem is that they were at $30 a card. Well, that's not the case anymore. They're at $18 a card. What has yet to be seen is the turnaround times and whether or not they're going to stay there. Listen, I just submitted a card the other day. Where's my sheet here? God dog it. Let's do this. I just submitted a card the other day. I submitted a handful of cards, actually. And we're talking, I think it was a 7 calendar day turnaround. this other card, this other submission that I just did, they received it on 9:30. It was graded on 9:30, and I got it day before yesterday. So they received it on 9:30, which was a Friday. They graded it on 9:30 that same day. Got graded the same day, and then I had it in my hand on the 5th or the 4th yesterday, day before yesterday. So we're talking a 4 or 5 calendar day turnaround. Now that was just for 2 cards, but we had a 13 card order. There was a 13 card order that was received. I don't have the details on that. Anyway, I did the video on that. But, I mean, look, it comes down to who you want, right? $18 a card for 50-plus card bulk submission. Very curious to see what the turnaround times are going to be on that level of service. I would imagine it's going to go up a little bit, but I still wouldn't expect it to be in the 3-month range as what PSA is at right now. So, I mean, there really isn't. I don't want to say there's no reason to send your cards to PSA over SGC. It's a matter of preference, right? It's a matter of what you like. But at $18 for my money, I mean, you still got to go 50 cards. So we're still talking. You're still talking $900 that you're going to spend on a bulk submission. But you're going to get those cards back. So even if you go, what's PSA at? Here's the other thing, too, you got to consider. That's 50 cards with a value up to $1,500, okay? Up to $1,500. PSA's bulk submission. Again, I'll pop it up right here. It's $18 now, but oh, here it goes right here. See, they don't even have this listed because it's still showing $22 on their website. But I would imagine that the conditions are still the same. $200 value or less, and you're probably going to be looking at close to 3 months turnaround time, maybe even more, especially now since they're going to open bulk all the way up. Yeah, see, so bulk was at $22. It's now at $18. For the amount of time that you're going to wait for your cards, so it's a 25 card minimum. So 18, yeah, so it's about half the price. 18 times, what do we say? Yeah, you only have to submit half as many cards to get the bulk pricing. But you also have to be a member as well. And you're going to wait 2 or 3 months for your cards. There's so many unknowns here. I can't make any predictions on who's better and whatnot because let's face it. I mean, SGC opening up bulk pricing at $18 for 50 cards, they could potentially completely tank their turnaround times. Now, again, I have total, you know, like I really believe in that team over there at SGC. I you know, I don't think that they would have made a move like this without completely understanding what it's going to do to their turnaround times. But, you know, here we go. This is kind of what everybody's been waiting for. It's kind of what I've been thinking about or talking about. I have said that they don't need to change their pricing because based on what I spoke with a couple of the folks over at SGC, they were still getting some good volume in. But now that they've changed it, now that they've, you know, dropped the pricing, it's going to be curious to look at some of those numbers or production numbers based on the pop reports and all that stuff. So, am I rushing? Am I running to gear up, 50 cards? I don't have 50 cards to submit. So, but those of you who have that have been sitting on the sidelines, you know, like, what are you doing? What's the move here? Or do you guys like the $18 price point at 50 cards? Are you sticking with PSA at the $25 25 cards, $18 price point, but only $200 final value? I would imagine for the flippers, for the guys that are looking to flip their cards, that you would, appreciate the turnaround time that SGC has. and the relative, value in terms of, market value or resale value. It's not as high as PSA as we've talked, but it's still comparable enough to where you can make up the difference in volume based on SGC's turnaround times. This is all relative. There's so much going on right now. And I'm really, really interested in you guys' opinion on what this type of move does for you as a collector, for you as an investor, a flipper, whatever. Because I can tell you from my standpoint as a collector, I love the pricing. It's something that maybe I can get with maybe 2 or 3 other guys. We'll pull 50 cards together and we can take advantage of that pricing. And then I can do it all myself. I don't have to go through a group submitter. I mean, there's so many variables here, right, that you can go. So how does this news affect what you're doing? How does this news affect those cards that many of you have prepped, ready to go? And where are you going with this? Are you going with SGC at the $18 price point for, potentially a quicker turnaround? Let's say worst case scenario, they're 30 days, right, for bulk submission. Are you going to them to get the quicker turnaround? Are you sticking with PSA because of the resale value, but you're willing to wait the 2 or potentially 3 months? Are you going with CSG that they have $15 card at $25 card minimum? I've been waiting for my order. I think it's been over 30 calendar days so far. I haven't seen any updates, so I don't know how long that's going to take. But again, it's all relative to what you want and to what you're wanting to do, right? But the beauty of all of this is that we have options now, right? We have some options. So I'm very, very curious. Please leave me a comment down. Let me know what you're doing. Does this affect you? Does this change your strategy? Does this make you start digging through your cards and wanting to put stuff out there? I can tell you at the $18 price point, having my Prism Rainbow, my Elijah Prism Rainbow graded is now something that I could potentially look at. I don't know. There's so many things that I'm mulling over now, which we'll talk about more as I kind of figure out my plan here. But again, down in the comments, folks, let me know what you guys are thinking. Does this affect you? Is this putting you in motion to get your stuff graded? And let's have a discussion in the comments. Yeah, so that's it. Appreciate you guys watching as always. Remember, Instagram is Retro Hoop Breaks. Check out the podcast at The Card Hedge Podcast. We got an episode coming out Saturday. That's on Apple, Google, Stitcher. And that's it. Love you guys. Peace.